Hey, I'm Boki, and this is Bopin with 2000's Tuning. Today I will tell you the story of a unique customer car built by one of the most known tuning shops of Japan, Top Secret. Kazuhiko Nagata, better known as Smokey, has built plenty of customer cars in his life. However, the one that stands out the most was a car commissioned by an Arabian Prince. The unknown prince has seen the video of Smokey's top speed run in the UK that got him arrested in 1999 and fell in love with the tuner. This convinced the prince to commission Nagata and the Top Secret team to work on a very unique project, a Chrysler PT Cruiser. There is barely any information about this car outside of a single print feature from Option 2 magazine January 2002, which my friend over at NMY2K scanned and allowed me to use, and High Performance Imports, who were probably the only ones to capture video footage of this car.
They also do some really weird conversions, like this Chrysler PT Cruiser with a turbocharged Toyota engine and custom rear-wheel drive transmission.
The provided base car was purchased by the prince somewhere in 2001 and shipped over to Japan to be modified. So what has been done to it? The most obvious point of interest is that the Chrysler has a complete Altezza drivetrain transplanted into it. The swap consists of a 3S GE, which was turbocharged with a HKS GT 3037S turbine, a reinforced 5-speed automatic gearbox, also from the Altezza, and a custom rear-wheel drive conversion. While all of this is pretty crazy already, originally the Prince wanted an RB26 VETT swapped into it, but due to the lack of space in the engine bay, they had to downsize to the 3S. Funnily enough, I personally believe that the RB swap would have theoretically been possible. There is a PT Cruiser with a Viper V10 swap, which only fits in there because the firewall has been cut open. And the PT truck is not just a show car either, it's completely functional. Whilst this PT has most of its parts swapped out with ones from an Altezza, it also has parts from other cars. For example, half the suspension and brakes are a mix of parts from other cars. The front brakes are from a 3rd generation Toyota Celsior, while the rear ones are from a 1st generation Toyota Aristo, with the addition of a rear stabilizer. The wheel hubs came off an FC RX-7, and the suspension itself consists of modified parts meant for an Impreza. Even in the interior, an Altezza gear selector was carried over from the donor car. The Xenon-kitted PT is sitting on 18-inch Advan AVS Model 7 wheels that are wrapped in Advan Neova tires measuring 225/40/18 in the front and 235/40/18 in the rear. And this was all the information I have of the car. Well, almost. The last thing I know is that Smokey tested the car on the Wangan and also brought it to the annual Top Secret Daikoku meeting. That's it. But we aren't done with the car just yet. Since the Top Secret PT Cruiser has a 3S swap, and they also built an Altezza, I wanted to compare the two cars' engines. Mainly because the PT doesn't have a power figure listed anywhere, while the Altezza allegedly has around 550 horsepower. So, the Altezza and the PT share the same type of HKS turbo and FCON V-Bro ECU, surge tank, 800cc injectors, Grady Trust Profec B boost controller, and likely the same fuel pump, connecting rods, oil cooler, and exhaust system. Outside of the engine, they also share the same Cusco limited slip differential. I think it's safe to say that the PT Cruiser should be on the same power level as the Altezza, but they're still two very different cars. Since I made this video near the end of the year, I wish every one of you a good start into the new year. Now we're done. Stay tuned.